Hey guys, Jackie from Recharge Your Reason here. This afternoon, I posted a little snippet on my Facebook with a picture of me and my fiance, James, of coming up on 13 years this month. And I have been kind of in the works with some friends of mine who are kind of going through some struggles in their relationships, and they kind of came to me for advice. My friends are a little bit younger than me and haven't been in a relationship quite as long. So, at first I was like, oh, why does anybody want to hear what I have to say? And after helping a few of my friends through some pretty tough times, I would have to say that maybe I do have a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of something to offer. I mean, being in a relationship for 13 years, definitely says something for the strength of our relationship. And I figured that it would be maybe kind of cool to share some of the things that I go through, some of the things that we went through, some of the experiences. And the first thing that I kind of wanted to touch upon was it's such a weird comparison. I was talking with my mom one day about, you know, how you don't see many relationships last very long nowadays as opposed to back in the day when you would see couples, celebrating 50 years, 75 years together, which is something that I completely and utterly strive for every single day of my life and my relationship. And we got to touching upon the fact that we live in such a society where if something is broken, we throw it away and buy a new one. And I totally relate that to a lot of relationships that I see nowadays. When it gets tough, when things aren't going your way, I see a lot of people just think that the grass is greener, so they just give up on their relationship. I have seen, unfortunately, a lot of friends of mine, start dating people, way after Jimmy and I started dating and get married and are now divorced. And don't get me wrong, I think that there are plenty of people that get together and, don't belong together and they get divorced or they break up, and it's completely legitimate and for good reason. But what I'm trying to point out is that it's we've kind of pushed away from that way from back in the day. If your refrigerator was broken, you called the repairman and you tried to fix it before you would throw it away. And I think that that's something that Jimmy and I both take a lot of pride in, because we have been through every situation that a couple can go through, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I hope in these next series I get to kind of touch upon some of those subjects, and maybe you can relate, or maybe it'll help you with your own relationship, or a relationship that you see that could use a little bit of, outside help. I think all too often we reach for too much outside help when it comes to our relationships. And I think that that was a big thing I struggled with when we started dating. As soon as something would go wrong, I was very quick to run to my friends or to my family and complain about him. And in reality, I was just making him look bad, and then I looked like the idiot when I sat here and bashed him for something he did wrong, and then went running back because I was so in love. And I think that a lot of people tend to do that. And again, I'm by no means a relationship expert. I didn't go to school for relationships. I just take pride in the relationship that I do have. And my only goal and hope through this new experience for me, bringing videos and blogging and sharing a series with you guys, is that I can I can help one person. I can relate to one person that's maybe going through a struggle and they're not really sure where to turn to. You know, I want to be able to help somebody work through a problem rather than just give up and say it's not worth it. I have seen plenty of relationships hit what you think may be rock bottom and think that there's no coming back from it, and do a complete, you know, turnaround. And I've seen a lot of friends have struggles with their decisions, not sure if what they're going to do is right or wrong, and nobody can make that decision for you. I think it just helps to have somebody's opinions, and I encourage you that if you are ever struggling in your relationship, you reach out to somebody who has maybe been on both sides of the issue, you know, because you want to be able to understand and sympathize with what you're going through, but at the same time you need to be able to relate to and sympathize what they might be going through, because so many times I think we get mad or we get frustrated and it's my way or the highway, it's the end all be all, and we don't give enough credit to realizing that, hey, he's coming home angry and upset with me and the kids, but yet he's only been home for 3 seconds. Maybe something went wrong at work. Like, it took me a long time to realize, hey, maybe he's not really mad at me and the kids. Maybe something else is going on. And how to open up that line of communication. So, you know, I guess what I'm hoping to offer and in giving my all to for the next few days is going to be about sharing our journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know, and just hoping that I can touch somebody in a way that helps them relate. You know, it doesn't have to be somebody who's going through a relationship where they think this is the end. I mean, they could just be in a really good relationship but feel like there's something missing. I want to be able to help you really just love the person you're with. If you are not considering the person that you're with your very best friend, how can you picture spending the rest of your life with them? Like, this is the person that you have to say goodnight to every night. They're the first person you see in the morning, you know, the person that's on your heart all day long. If you do not have that warm, fuzzy feeling, how are you going to make it the rest of your life? Now, don't get me wrong on this either. Like, if you don't have that feeling and you've been with somebody for, you know, 3, 5, 7 years, and you think, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Why don't I have that feeling? Maybe you both need to just reconnect on a different level. And that's another thing that I'll touch upon, because we got to that point. You know, 13 years is a long time. And, you know, you want to be finding ways to enjoy each other and love every second of what you're doing with each other. You know, I guess I just hope to bring some kind of value to your life, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this short video, reading through the quick blog, and hopefully you come back, you know, tomorrow to see what else I have to say and what I have to offer, and we'll take it from there. Thanks so much. Again, I'm Jackie with Recharge Your Reason. Have a great night.